I'm not so hard on myself with the group when I see them.
Did the reaction to Hard Day's Night surprise you? I mean, you got such a good review.
Oh no, those days we expected everybody to fall over. You know, we knew what we were doing. It's all right. Mother's the great one now, but then they just do self-indulgent. That's the only word people ever use when it's about yourself, you know, and they don't like it. But
I think we took a wrong turn.
Enough people okay about it. I didn't need the song to really to feel good. I was proud of it. I knew it was all right. But some people got very upset about it.
Was imagining?
I think it's because it made them feel, it made them uncomfortable about their own mothers and their own fathers and their own childhood and their own Beatles. And they reviewed their emotions about what that album, it makes you feel. You can't listen to it in the background. You know, you can't just put it on and, you know, have it going on like the Stones or something. You know, the Beatles. You have to either listen to it or forget it. And you can't listen to it every other day because it's too much. You know, it's like going to see some heavy play. You don't want, if you're not in the mood, it's to destroy you.
When you went in to do Imagine, how did the reaction to the first album affect you at all? I mean, did you want to do anything different?
Well, that was sort of, after Imagine was more of a success. And then I got a bit bitter, saying, well, it's just the mother with chocolate on, they couldn't take it pure.
Bob, can you let John in there to patch it?
Also, I felt like making it like that. That's why I didn't want to perform version of it. I never heard it correct, really. And you just used it.
Busy day. Yeah, busy day.
Double check. That's strange.
Yeah, well, that was... Don't get the idea. This is written today and put out now. It's about what's going on now. This minute. It's not. It's not a. It's not a Squire or Playboy or a New Yorker. This is Daily News or the Daily Mirror. That's meaning don't expect the typing to be all right, and the picture might be fuzzy, and it's the Rush edition. And it's there's no finesse on it. It's a newspaper. It's not a magazine. So.
What by mind games? It was just you were talking earlier today about that was it was hard for you to.
Because then I was in confusion, you know. I mean, Jesus.
But did you know it at the time, or did you have to look back?
Oh, I knew I was confused, all right, because every time I tried to clear it, it wasn't coming out clear. It was like rewrite.
What did you think at that time that you might not just wait another year?
Oh, I never dreamt of waiting, no.
But you always felt that you had to have something.
It's like being on stage and thinking, well, it's not a good night, I better stop. You know, you can't do that. You just do it anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. So what was the feeling of...
But you see, there's, the Mind Games single is fine. There's just no energy to sustain through the album, and there was no clarity of vision. There's a few pieces, all right, but as a whole piece, there's no clarity. And the guy is there on the front with a little bag, and she's the mountain, and the whole thing says it. The cover says more than the record to me.
Well, so when you finished that record, if it was, in a sense, not up to what you'd done the first two times, and then there's something in New York was a kind of an extra project, when you went into Walls and Bridges, how did you feel? I mean, were you confident? Less than you did.
That's really like to be sober or alive. But not with energy. After drinking in the LA and all that.
What do you look forward to now? I'm
excited every time I make it. I'm always excited. I was not excited about any of them. I was always pretty high on them, but you know, you can be excited but still get a soft on. Right? You have those nights, and that's too bad.
Well, when you finished with Walls and Bridges, did you know you were going to take a break then, or?
No idea. But I tell you what's funny. At the end of Rock and Roll, I was overdosed just because it's Phil had got me to sing. I didn't even know the guy. I started saying, oh, you're not really hell are you doing? So, I'm saying, and so we say farewell from Record Planet. It just came to my conscience. Am I saying goodbye to everything? Is this the rock and roll? Is this with the picture from Hamburg? Is this it? Just flashed in my mind for a split second, but I didn't consciously think it.
Was that on the record?
Yeah. That was the last track of it. We say farewell from Record Planet, whatever. Should I walk away from this? Is that what was happening? Is this the beginning of the end? No, as I say, so we say farewell. I was out living like I do on many records. By the time I get to the end of the track, I start. There's all kinds of it.
So right when you said it, you were aware of what you were saying. The reason for what you were
saying. I wasn't. I was hearing that somebody else was saying it, and I was thinking, is he saying? Is that what he's saying?
But he's got it.
That's what he means.
But then he didn't mean that because it wasn't consciously conceived. But then I was, I had no idea of not really doing it. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a dream that you think, oh, no, and then it's gone, you see. It doesn't occur to me again until something happens and you think, is this deja vu? Oh. So when I did it, then I started remembering that, thinking, Jesus, it's like the Mind Games cover. Was that what it was? Is that what it was saying? Was it premonition of my own self?
Doesn't matter.
But when you finish an album, if you go back 6 months and listen to it, can you learn things from it? The things that you didn't
I never do that. I always play the one before, just before I go in again. Like I played Walls and Bridges just before I came in, to see what state of the art I was at then. And it wasn't that bad. It was just miserable.
The memory of when you were doing it.
Yeah, it just brought all the misery back. But so Mother can bring all the misery of that back. It does tend to.